Ella, thanks for joining me today with the Pay App Surviving to Thriving sessions. We'd like to talk a little about the Southern Wellness Action Group with you, if that's okay. It was founded in 2020 by Ian Pickard and Jason Wickenden to get people in construction talking about mental health and to remove the stigma surrounding mental health. Why do you feel it's important for Jenner to join?
Well, mental health in construction is a huge issue for us. So Jenner, as a main building contractor, we have to take that very seriously. It's the well-being of our people. I first heard about what was then Sussex Wellness Action Group via, again, online during lockdown through a Constructing Excellence talk that Jason Wickenden came on to do. And I just thought, wow, this is an amazing initiative. It had actually won an award at the Constructing Excellence Awards. But again, it was very focused on Sussex, and I just thought we need to pick this up and roll this out across Kent. This is a huge issue. This is a great initiative. Let's run with this. It's something I'm very passionate about, mental health and well-being and about people. So I just felt sort of that need really to explore the initiative further and see how we could adopt that in Kent.
Yeah, and mental health is becoming a bigger and bigger focus in the industry. But with the group set up in the pandemic and focusing on the construction industry, it's seen contractors working alongside each other to bring this really message to the forefront. Why do you feel it was important?
The stats really speak for themselves. Two suicides in construction every day, I believe, is the figure, which is just... It's awful, and you can't ignore that. I believe that actually suicide accounts for more deaths in construction than physical falls. So again, whilst we've paid so much attention in recent years on actual physical safety, and rightly so, now the same needs to be done for mental health and well-being. In terms of working with other contractors, you have to put that competitive advantage to one side and think this is not about the bottom line, this is about people. And if we can work together and save lives, then that's exactly what we need to do.
And what do you think the impact of contractors working alongside each other, supporting this message has been?
Collaboration in this form is just so powerful. We have to, nobody can change things on their own, so working together and bring about that change that needs to happen. So it's just absolutely essential that we all work together. Absolutely,
and the company has developed from the Sussex Wellness Action Group to now cover the South. Why was it decided to expand the group, and do you think there could be further expansion in the future?
Oh, absolutely, I hope so. This could be huge. I'm very excited about it. As I say, when it was first set up, it was predominantly for Sussex. So we were exploring, right, how can we pick this up and roll it out across Kent? So we explored a number of new names, and it was we sat down, and Jenner was working actually closely with Baxel at the time. We were the ones who sort of said, yep, let's pick this up, and then we'll push it forwards. And we just felt that, well, it doesn't need a new name, the wellness action part of it, and it's got a lovely sort of strapline, don't lose your swagger. And we didn't want to lose any of that. It was a really strong initiative, a strong brand, so it was a case of just tweaking it really so that it could roll out across the South. But ultimately we want it to be a national initiative really, that all contractors sign up to, but not just contractors. It can be consultants, subcontractors, anyone through the supply chain, clients, anyone who can get involved. The whole idea of the initiative is that it's access to that first line of support for somebody at a time of need. And because of the stigma associated with mental health, all too often people wouldn't necessarily talk to someone in their business. So at Jenner we have 11 mental health first aiders. We felt it was really, really important, and that's above average numbers for the amount of people we have at Jenner. But as I say, that stigma may stop people approaching somebody because there's fear of, will this remain confidential? Is it going to affect my career prospects? If people know that I'm anxious or depressed, does that hold me back from becoming, progressing in my career? So the idea with the initiative is that you can speak to anyone within the industry. It could be from a competitor contractor, it could be a consultant, they could be based down in Brighton, they could be in London. It's just that freedom to be able to pick up the phone or drop an email to somebody who will listen without that fear of it going to make matters worse, really. So.
And tell us about the uptake and engagement with swag services.
So it's still, again, in Sussex, it's gaining strength and the services are being utilised, and I believe it's already saved lives, which is amazing to hear. So no one ever knows whether they're going to need that support. You could be absolutely fine one day and you don't know what's around the corner or when you might experience a period of stress and anxiety. So it's just really important we've got that first line of support that people can go to and feel comfortable to do so as well. So the more people involved, the better. We're really just trying to rally support and get other businesses involved and push it on from there. So I'm really hopeful for the future in what it can achieve.
And access and awareness of the group is continuing to increase. With this in mind, what do you think the future holds for the group?
Again, just better awareness of what's available. It's a charitable organisation, so ultimately you need to raise some funds really to allow the services to keep going and to allow people access to counselling services. So hopefully if we can raise money, the funding will be available for that privately, because the waiting times on the NHS are just so long. People need access to that support straight away. They just can't wait really. So hopefully, again, we're going to be working to improve people's quality of life, even saving lives, and we just want that to roll out throughout Kent and then beyond really, just so that anybody who might need the support has access to it.
One of the many causes of stress in the construction industry is late payment. With technology available such as pay apps, software, decreasing the time it takes for specialist subcontractors to be paid, do you feel there is a potential with the digital offering to alleviate some of the main causes of stress within the industry?
Let's hope so. We have to do all we can really, and you're absolutely right. Late payment can be a huge worry. Cash flow is everything for businesses, or particularly if people are self-employed, they need that income really. So it's vital. That's absolutely one of the areas that needs addressing. But there's so much beyond that as well. It can be quite a lonely existence. It's quite working in some harsh conditions at times during the winter, and I think ultimately the problem with mental health in construction, it's sort of that macho culture that exists. It's a very male-dominated industry, and unfortunately males do feel that pressure that I need to, I hate the phrase man up, that's what people feel, and I've got to carry this burden on my own, and it's where they need to talk, they need to open up and talk, but quite often they feel that's not the right thing to do. They don't feel comfortable to do so, and it's not manly to do so. So I think we need to really, really break down that stigma as well. And if we're striving for equality with females, Women's International Women's Day, things like that, then if females want to be considered equal, then men need to be able to feel comfortable to get out there and talk to people and express their concerns and worries, in the hope that it will help them and it will alleviate the problems, and problem shared is a problem halved and all that. So I just hopefully we can break down that stigma as well, and really start making a difference.
Excellent, Ella. Thank you so much for coming on to talk to us today.